recording. Okay, y'all. So, let me just go to mid, and then we can go over the first mid fight here. Speed things up. Okay. So, Godfinger, you're the first one to get here. I'm pretty sure the call was pretty much every time to go left, so...
Yeah, I think we kind of went right, like late into the other games.
We
Yeah.
went right, I think, like once, I think. Or like at least called right.
So, soldiers, do remember you can, like, if you want at the start of a mid, kind of come down here and then spam through this crevice. Just something to keep in mind and remember. So, yeah, Oog, you're a bit far forward there.
Yeah, that's just me being overtly aggressive.
Yeah, it's okay. Just anytime you feel like you want to go in and want to try to do something, just be like, I'm walking forward, I'm shooting this scout. Turn around, especially to make sure your team is following you. Just real quick, do like a 180, 180. Just having the information that your team is following you. Junie is very aggressive here. I think a lot of this, yeah, good stuff getting hype. Yeah, I think a lot of this was, there wasn't a decent, like, main caller per se. Mr. Nen was trying, but yeah, you are way aggro here. So,
Yeah,
notice
I noticed that.
they are pretty much all fighting together. Not one of them has died yet. I don't know where their sixth is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think there's three huddled up in that little corner.
Oh, so true. What?
Oh, there's four of them huddled up in here. Yeah, they like to hang out in suicide. I noticed that.
Yeah, so, in the future, like, Oog, if you want to main call a bit more, just whoever sees it, just like, don't like scream, but say like, oh, they're in suicide, bomb, and then your soldiers should get the cue to get on Tetris, get on Cafe, get on Bell, and then just start laying into them. So yeah, this is a mistake on their part, but they are playing together, as opposed to you guys being a lot more scattered. So yeah, Undead, again, try to play around Junie a bit more. If you need to like take control a bit and tell them like chill, 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 that's totally fine. You get owned because you've kind of Godfinger. You get owned because you continue to like over-aggress, and then make yourself a target. You're not really waiting for anything to happen per se. You're kind of trying to make something happen, and on Scout, that's a bit hard. That's up to your explosives.
Yeah, that's one thing. Cause I was thinking about the match after the whole thing, and I was thinking like I need to stop aggressing and realizing the exact same thing. Like that's my explosives job.
So
Which they were doing a pretty good job of. I was just walking into the fray.
yeah, at this point, because I have walls and I can see, 3 of them are very hurt. All 3 of them are over here. If somebody called for a bomb or something, or called that they were hurt, uh, or just like really like tried to emphasize that they were hurt, because like maybe there was a call, maybe there wasn't. If there was a call, it was really quiet, like, oh, they're hurt. Um, just try to emphasize that a bit more so the soldiers know. Because if your soldiers like know, that's their green light to bomb, because this medic is 50 HP with 100 Uber. If your soldier so much as like jumps up, like even slightly, this medic should force, and if he doesn't, you get a rocket and he dies. So just a bit of like damage calling there. Maybe the damage calls could be a bit louder. So, okay exchange, actually it's really bad. You don't get a force off of it. All good. Yeah, nobody died. that could be a part of Oog died early. Godfinger, I think both of you died first, so that could have been a part of it.
No, I think Junie died, but I also died shortly after.
Yeah. Okay, so
Um,
like I mentioned, play here, play over there. This is just a bad position, especially since you should know they have Uber. They didn't use it, and your med had it, so um, yeah, you just need to play passive here. Yeah, and Godfinger. So salvage plays are okay to do as long as your team knows. If you have the thought like, okay, I want to go die, just like calm, I'm dying, or like I'm sacking or something. Like just let your team know, so that way this doesn't happen where both of your scouts feed uh, without knowing the other was going to.
mhm.
In general, like your guys' individual DM is really not that bad. Nice. Yeah, see, like, Junie's stickies are, like, surprising to me, because a lot of demos down here don't know how to aim stickies, don't know a lot of prediction. Probably mostly use pipes. But yeah, see, if either one of you scouts were alive here, these 52 health and 77 health demo and soldier are, like, juicy. Like, free frag. Oh, yeah. Give me these low
Definitely.
health targets.
I think in like the fourth round, this situation happened, but I was alive and I was able to take them out.
Uh-huh. So maybe after like a round or two here, I can start singling you two out a bit more and watching you individually and kind of give my 2 cents on it, because a lot of the team stuff I've already like mentioned what you can work on. I've already given the positions. Um, some of it is just yeah, ooh, you like have the idea and it's really good because you're like starting to recognize more by this point, even in just like your second map, that you're feeding a bit too hard. That soldier's a bit unfortunate. Um, so when it comes to pushing in through here, go left instead of going right. A lot of the time you want to go left because you're giving yourself like the uber low ground by going, oops. By going right here, you're on the low ground. You can get owned by the cafe soldier. You get bombed by anybody here. Anybody standing here, anybody here. Just everyone has height, even though it's like relatively low height. They still have height over you, as well as standard holds. As I said earlier, meant a soldier was here and their flank was here, so you're already surrounding yourself by basically their entire team. So go left next time. You can annihilate the soldier that's here. Push forward. You know, their combos here. Then you can exchange into them. Stuff like that. So this is just like feast or famine right now. DM fest. Oh, good. So Guy Fieri heard the call there in the static. So whether they called they had Uber or not, all good. More or less, you just kind of make the assumption here that they have Uber. So, yeah, this is like, so why did you go in there? I guess I should ask to be more productive, Godfinger.
Let me think. I think. Okay. So I think at this time, the reason Guy Fieri was up there alone. I spawned in,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that everybody else was gonna spawn in about 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I ran forward, and I remember I was struggling with this one a lot. Is not sort of predicting where my team was
Mm-hmm.
correctly. So I think at this time I had ran under there thinking that the explosive classes were going to provide enough of a distraction for me to peek under, and then it just did not work out.
Okay. All good.
But I think after this one, after this round, or after a couple after this time like not really working out, I think a couple of times like getting to the point first, I realized that I am getting to the point first and to play a lot more passively in the
Yeah,
early stages of
you
the
want to
fights.
play off of your combo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all good, as
Oh
long as
yeah,
you
so this
recognize it.
one, yeah, no, so that one was definitely my fault of overextending because I didn't realize where my combo was.
Yeah, so Oog, I really like how you're playing here. This is pretty much what I would do, is just like jumping on and off of the shed, just sort of looking for something. The other thing though is I would also like press tab or look up at my match HUD and see that we're 2 players down. They have full Uber and they're only 1 player down. So at this point, I would just be making the call, leave, get out, go. Um, Anyone can do that as well. Scout is the biggest information gatherer, so yeah,
Alright.
yeah. The Uber is pretty much a wipe if y'all don't leave. Yeah, so it took them a long time to uh, eventually get to your combo. It took them like the whole Uber. Um, Anytime they like use and you don't have Uber, just like get your med out. That is like the biggest priority. I can understand you're like, because I'm pretty sure we told you like find the kills on Uber targets, but that applies to everyone else besides you. Your biggest job is to get your med out alive. Undead hits a pretty decent surf here, so you end up getting the soldier pick. Your med's hurt. They should be calling that. I do like the idea here for Guy to rotate to Valley. This is a bit chaos mode here, though. Okay. So, I guess now is a decent time to explain the concept of building. Anytime you have downtime, is good time to build, right? So, right now you have downtime. You don't have Uber yet. They just used Uber. They have a player coming back. So now is a good time to stand on plat and just like whack yourself with Boston Basher until you get to 90. Once you get to 90% Uber, and while you're building, you want everybody else needs to stay safe and not take damage as best they can. But when you get to like 85, 90% Uber, your medic should call, okay, we're at 90, get buffs. And that's when you kind of start walking toward choke, start walking toward alley, and buff every player that comes to you with crit heals. And then that's when you can walk through, I guess in this case, like choke, since it seems like you're trying to get through there. With buff players behind you and Uber players in front of you. So like your demo scout Ubered in front of you, and then both your soldiers and your scout behind you fully buffed. That's kind of like the most ideal scenario you want in an Uber push. It more than likely won't happen every time, but that's okay as long as you're moving along with your combo and buffing the players you can that come to you with crit heals. But yeah, right now you should be whacking yourself with Boston Basher. You can just use through this choke here, no reason not to. They're close. Unlucky. So that occurred because nobody asked your med to use. Um, that that was honestly on like everybody there. Your med, newer meds typically try to wait until people are low health to pop, but generally you want to wait. You don't want to wait. Like anytime you're walking through a choke, you just want to pop.
Yeah, I
Um,
do think I was too stingy with my Ubers.
yeah, it's okay. Ideally, like your team is calling for you when to use. But like they weren't doing it, and you were walking through a choke, so like, okay, good time to pop. Generally, it's okay to use to save your team. You just want to try to use it earlier rather than later, because I think you were trying to wait till your team was low before you used here. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I think I was.
Okay, yeah. Um, Generally, like, you want to wait. You want to not wait. You want to keep your players as healthy as possible, and you want to, because if your players are low and you Uber them, you have to keep the Uber on one player longer in order to heal them, right? If
Mhm.
they're buffed and you Uber them, you can spend. You're basically a lot more free to do whatever you want with the Uber. If like a soldier jumps in and asks for a flash, you can flash him. Instead of having to be a bit more stingy, like I can't flash you because my demo is 30 health and my scout is 20 health, stuff like that. Um, Anytime you use Uber, you're using it to take space, not necessarily to find kills. They were close here and well within your Uber's space range, because when you use Uber, kind of imagine the map as like red zone, blue zone. When you use Uber, like the blue zone in this case kind of jumps to like over here-ish, and they were within that blue zone. So that's kind of how you find kills. Um, so maybe trying to think about Ubers more as space takers rather than kill getters might help a little bit. Or even more as like a saving option, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna speed up a bit because this is kind of a wash. Okay, last push. A bit aggressive, uh, like line theory sort of deal. If you walk through here, you're kind of in enemy territory. So kind of try to stay behind this sort of metal when you're holding last. Okay, so not using the height, unfortunate. I think after this round, Junie kind of used the height a bit more. Yeah, so here they're baiting you to all walk to the right side and look to the right, then they go left, yeah. If you had even just your demo medic there, that would have been stopped. I do like that you guys are like utilizing the positions I told you about though. Even though it was like very brief and I only told you once.
I think in this situation, because I remember them baiting us to the right side a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going with like the sniper on that side could, well, it could both like was it when they're kind of hanging around that area, both pick off one or two, or in the best case scenario, scare them off from baiting us in that area.
Yeah, so scout on a last point is typically not the best option, unless you have Uber. So like full Uber on both teams, like both scouts can switch off. If you're like trying to, you know, build Uber off of like a minor disadvantage, you can build. But if it's like we wiped on mid, they have full Uber ad, we're at like 0%, then just go a second off class. There's not really a point to building. So like here, it's fine to build, but I don't really see you doing that, which is okay.
I remember feeling kind of useless on the last point, and
Yeah.
I guess it just never crossed my mind mid game to go sniper.
Yeah, no,
or,
like
start
scout
building.
generally is like useless on last unless you're building. So if you're not building, just get on like heavy, pyro, whatever else.
Yeah, I felt fairly capable in what is the mid fights? The exchanges between mid and second is when I
Mm-hmm. Oh my
felt
god,
like,
double
I did my
wipe.
best.
Oh wait, actually,
Yeah,
you end up winning this. Sorry. I'm pretty sure there was
crazy.
a double wipe though.
Yeah.
Uh,
When
in
you
the middle
say
of this.
scout is useless on last, do you mean on our last or their
On
last?
our last.
Okay.
Yeah, when we're losing.
Scout
Okay.
is a very good offensive class that thrives on open space, and holding your last point is neither of those, if that makes sense.
Looking
So,
at this as like the big picture thing, I can definitely see where we would have benefited if I had switched to sniper or even engineer.
yeah. What? One sec. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so like generally if you aren't building, like get off scout, I guess is my tip on a last hold.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll work on. Is I'll ask Undead if he needs me to build,
Okay.
and then if he says no,
Well,
I'll
that
just
should be your pocket scouts thing.
Oh yeah. Oh right, yeah, no, because you mentioned
Yeah,
like
and
flank
and
scout
you're
would
on
usually
a
help
Rap
out.
Assassin anyway. So
Uh-huh.
this happens because you two don't make sure your team is behind you and you push out.
Yeah.
Generally, when you're trying to push through a choke, your pocket soldier will jump through the choke first. Um, how this can be accomplished on bats is your soldier jumps off of the left side and jumps to like here. Um, Demo was dead, so there isn't going to be any stickies, but he's able to exert pressure. Soldier has the biggest health pool out of the sixes classes. So, uh, generally, like, that's how you can make sure your team is with you. Demo doesn't instantly die, Scout doesn't instantly die, stuff like that. So, uh, if ever, like Oog, you want to get through a choke, you can, like, turn around, ask for your soldier to jump through first, and then go.
All right.
This was definitely another point of me thinking my team is behind me, because I remember my thought process was that I saw they had 1 second
Yeah,
to
so,
respawn, and then I was just assuming
yeah,
like rollout times.
knowing is always better than thinking, you know what I mean? So
I mean, no,
anytime
definitely.
you think, turn around, 180, turn around again.
Yeah, I remember pretty much almost every single time that I overextended and died, I thought, man, I should have looked behind me.
Yeah, it's all good.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, you're aggressive there. You don't want to walk past that bar generally. We already discussed that you just should be on an off class here, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally though, one of you is building, because they haven't walked in yet with their ad. Yeah, you would have got if you were building. All good. Yeah, but I guess this is partially my fault because I did ask Oog to go heavy at one point, and then you just kept doing it. But generally, like your flank scout should be off classing, especially since Godfinger's running Rap Assassin, so he can't build.
All
Yeah.
right.
I would run the what was it, the Boston Basher, but even in this one, like we would get to the mid fight, I would pull out my Rapid Assassin, hit it, and almost every single like initial mid fight I would hit that ball. I could hear it.
Yeah, you can run that if you want. It's not a problem. Yeah, you're too close here.
Yeah. Jesus. Can I get a replay on that one? Holy shit.
He just got deleted.
Holy hell.
Ain't no way, bro. No.
Yeah, okay. Now I can tell you with this one, I have no idea what I was thinking there.
You are trying to go for Rap Assassin balls.
Yeah.
That's okay, but
I think what confuses me is I don't remember if I even had the ball at that point. I think I was about to have it.
you can try to think about Scout's biggest counter in sixes because typically there's not an NG, right?
Yeah.
As a choke point. So like choke point bad, you try to avoid it basically, and you only go through
Yeah.
the choke point if you know there's not a demo or soldier on the other side of it, or your soldier goes through it before you.
Yeah.
Or demo.
So just to clarify, we would only have like both scouts on off class if like we had really really low Uber, because if we had high Uber, we'd be building to like try and accelerate that.
If you are at 50% disad, or less, build it. If you are at like 60% disad or more, don't build it. Just get on an off class.
So the opposite, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you like really want to stay on scout, Oog, like the only use is that you can train your med around and then you can fight in the post Uber. So like let's say they use in left, you have your demo back here, uh, or like your demo here, and then you and your med are like here. When they use through left, you then kite over to the right side. And then hopefully like Godfinger's on heavy or something, and then he gets buffed. Ideally, like you get Uber during their Uber or something, or in the post fight, and then you Uber heavy, annihilate, kill, victory, stuff like that. But that's all just like general theory that I'm kind of shoving into your brain. One HP in a dream. Okay, all good. Sorry about the UI, the demo bug, by the way, where they're just sliding around.
I think it's kind of funny. I mean, we got the gist where it's the position and all that.
Okay, so let
Yeah, it's better
me
than nothing.
be more critical of scouts then, since we only have scouts here, I'm pretty sure. And medic. Hi, I'm dead.
Yeah, we have
Hi.
that here.
I'm still here.
Yeah. I can spend a little more time between you three since I went over general stuff for the explosives. So, yeah, you're down here. What you also can do is vie for height a bit. You can make this jump from shed to balcony to Tetris without winger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No,
So,
I was thinking when you were talking about vying for height, I realized, oh man, I never really played for the height, even though jumping between those heights was the only thing that I did
yeah, so
before round.
the reason I don't try to on Pocket Scout as much is because you want to be around your med more. Of course, like smaller heights, like balcony and like the second level of shed is perfectly fine. But generally like the higher spots, like if you really want to get to Bell, that's a bit like overzealous though. But like constantly staying on height is more flank scout's thing, and height is good versus soldiers because they have to bomb up to you, they become a bigger target toward you. You're harder to hit, they're easier to hit, stuff like that. So shed is fine. So I guess I can like micro a bit and like say instantly when you are being too aggressive. So this is too aggressive. Um,
Yeah. I was about to say, I think I get more aggressive in a second.
yeah. So soldier jumping. So if you were on shed, while that soldier jumped, you could have like jumped toward him, use your first jump toward him, shoot a scattergun, shoot your pistol, whatever, and then jumped back.
Yeah.
That way,
Because if I hadn't been more aggressive, the only other place I really would have been the shed.
mhm.
And then when he jumps, as he normally does, I would have been in a good position.
Yeah. As well, like, you guys just don't know where to be. Like, your medic is all the way over there in Suicide, your demo's over here by Shed. Oog is doing a good job playing around the med here, but, like, nobody is really communicating what direction you want to be in. Okay, so you see the stickies here. I'm sure you're trying to clear the stickies, but look where you're clearing the stickies, right? You're clearing them in front of their whole team. Ugh. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Walking around there.
yeah, this enclosed
Uh,
area gets you nuked by a soldier. It's all good.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
go to
I think
Ook.
I think I was talking about like I didn't know where I was. I think right when I got into point, I realized I have no idea where I am, and then got nuked.
Yeah, it's alright. So you both have Uber here. Nice capper. I like it. Beast. Okay.
Top right.
So you're going forward here. Looking up a bit. Yeah, you're actually starting to bully him out here. So when you begin to start bullying them out,
Oh, nice charge. Holy
you know,
shit.
when you know where both of their soldiers are, this is when you can take more
He's low.
like aggressive positions, take more height. You could have like instead of being on this grass area, you could stay on this concrete and then double jump onto cafe here. That way you just completely avoid the rocket damage you just took. That took away your buff. And you could stay aggressive while this soldier is walking on you. Yeah. Oh, wait. Never mind, because I guess your team is to the right. That's unlucky.
Lucio.
Again, comms. Please communicate where you're going. Oh my god, that demo's a free pick. Oh. Okay, this is good. It was good. You try not to be the furthest one forward. Unless you're buffed.
Yeah, that
See,
was. I think that was
Godfinger.
just me not paying attention at all to my health.
It's okay. It's something you'll learn over time. So, this Uber is bad because there's no scout in it. It's kind of just cut and dry like that. You really want a scout in because speed is powerful. Your scout, their one weakness gets removed, which is that they're squishy. And they just get to like run around and be DM monkeys with infinite health. So, I guess a micro thing I can say to Godfinger is like as soon as you see Oog die, you can run toward where your combo is and then take the Uber from there.
Yeah, so kind of like while Oog dies, fill in the gap of the combo. If there's a fight like this going on.
Yeah, so that was just like scouts got picked off in transition into the fight, and then everybody else just gets nuked because there's not really target focus, there's not really any direction going on, so. Oh, good. Okay, pretty sure this is Oog. So right now, where you just spawned from is where the rest of your team is going to spawn from. So you just want to chill here and wait for your med and start building immediately when he comes out.
Yeah, that part I was just like walking around, just trying to wait for him.
Yeah, it's
I
chill.
think. Oh
So,
no, I guess I ran away.
yeah, no. It's okay. So I never recommend getting this far ahead of your team like ever. So if their demo is playing the game a bit more actively, there will be stickies here and you will get exploded.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about how religious their demo was with their stickies.
Yeah.
Good pick. So
Sticky's good. Okay.
I mean, even then, there was like multiple times when they just had like a pile of stickies, and I just like had one scattergun shot, and half of them were gone.
So I don't like playing here by default. We already went over like where I would want you guys to play in a situation like this, so I'm not gonna repeat myself.
Yeah, choke point bad.
Yeah. Unless you have more than, 200 health.
Yeah, and you can see me, because I thought this was what you meant by, would you say platform?
So in a situation where like this where my team is inting into choke, I would honestly like totally be playing there because we don't have Ubers, so we can't really push to the choke reliably. So like where else are you gonna play? You can't play in the choke. You can't really play like directly behind the medic because you'll get nuked by a bomber. So where you are playing for the situation is completely reasonable.
Yeah, I'm just saying like you could see like a lot of the time I'll like gravitate toward that area because you mentioned platform and I thought that's what you meant, but you meant the back area.
Yeah. the platform
Like that
behind
kind of
you
area.
is like wider. They have to walk up further, bomb further to get to you. Of course, in this situation, you had disad, and nobody counted it, so you just dying here. So it's okay. Okay. Pretty much like full disad last.
Fuck, dude.
Okay. So, all good. That was so like the mistakes there were not playing standard positions, not having comms on the direction you're going, and then not having focus fire. And then some of the smaller stuff is like not Uber tracking, not necessarily smaller stuff, but like in terms of core concepts, not Uber tracking. Um, Scouts being a bit Fiji, which is all good. I think that's pretty standard for newer scouts.
Mhm.
Skip to mid. I'm gonna be on undead for this fight just to see what's going on here. So, okay.
Both left. What the fuck?
Why did you feel the need to arrow there? Because like,
Nerf the damage.
because Junie is low, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So anytime, I'm gonna explain this to Junie too. Anytime you're low entering mid, for Sunshine specifically, stand behind the shed and stand still. If you ever want to try to land an arrow on somebody and you see they are low, go like
Oh fuck.
Junie arrow, and then Junie should be able to like make the connection and then get behind cover and or stand still for your arrow, so you don't have to spend 1 or 2 arrows trying to arrow them because they're moving.
All right.
Yeah, and then Junie trying to fight with A1 is why they died there.
Yeah, I remember that was when you were talking about the what is it, the arrow situation. That was something I needed to do because I would notice on occasion I would get low and then run towards the medic.
Yeah.
Not realizing that I had the option of like standing behind the shed and then saying like arrow scout shed,
Yeah.
which I'll definitely have to try out next scrim.
So again, yeah, there's no reason to fight mid anymore. Just play second. Just play here. It's okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Ah.
same stuff. This is a bit overzealous, but like generally, like a lot of this would have been avoided if you were here. You do end up having a pick, and you're trying to break in.
Slowly lose it.
For the future, like whenever you're trying to break into mid, watch out for this spot and this spot because those have stickies typically, and then vice versa for Junie, they can put stickies there. Yeah, so that was just a scattered fight all around. Not really anyone calming where to go, who to shoot. All good. Just something to work on. So because of this wipe, this is a hold last moment. So I would be, as Godfinger, getting on NG and then getting a gun up right now. As soldiers, I would be getting buffed. And then trying to get on claw or just holding right if I'm roamer. As demo, I'm putting traps probably here. See, they didn't clear it. They would have gotten nuked. Yeah, Godfinger, you just get annihilated. All good. Good trap onto the point. I'm pretty sure that's the reason you won this fight, because of that trap, so... Okay. Yeah, good on Guy to just stand up there and spam. Perfect soldier gameplay.
Yeah, I'm also seeing what you were talking about with like pushing out of last. I feel like we could have been a
Yeah,
bit faster
'cause,
pushing out of last with that one.
You
We were
all
just
walk
like,
through the same area, so if anybody is anywhere else, like running through dungeon, they get the back cap. Running through upper
Yeah.
right at the time, they get the back cap. Stuff like that.
yeah. I also noticed like, cause I was looking at the the death counters that we spent a full like, it seemed like maybe like 3 to 5 seconds of like hesitation
Mm-hmm.
while they respawned, and then going out. I mean, we still came out fast enough to get the second point, but
Yeah.
it could have been a better hold.
So,
Uh,
same stuff. I'm gonna start repeating myself a lot, so I'm actually going to flip the script a bit. Why are they winning? So I'm going to be basically spectating them now, saying what they're doing well.
Alright.
Your medic gets owned. Oog. You should have just left at this point. Yeah, you notice it now. All good. Something they're doing wrong here. They're all stacking cap. I'll mention this later, but you shouldn't really all be stacking cap. You should pretty much like only have your scout on it, and then everybody else should already be going to last. But don't worry about that right now. You can stack cap for the time being. Okay, so they have full Uber. Where are they going to take this Uber? They don't really spot before they use the Uber. Granted, they probably didn't really need to, but because they're not spotting, if you had a pyro here, they would have gotten air blasted back. If you had a heavy back there, he wouldn't have really gotten focus, you know, stuff like that. Or a gun.
I think in this situation, Pyro would have been our best bet because
Yeah.
they kind of seemed keen on rushing in, so a sniper wouldn't have called them down.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely too fast for a gun, so Pyro would have been the way to go. Which I think do they get it?
So
I don't.
let
They don't get it
me
yet. But yeah.
lean into why they failed this last push. Oh. It might be a bit further back here, but mining away. Oh, my game crashed.
Oh shit.
Nice.
This is
Woo.
so awesome. Thank you, Team
Alright, I'm gonna be
Fortress 2.
right back.
Okay.
I love Team Fortress. I love the spaghetti code.
So I don't know. Basically, what I'm pretty sure they messed up there is like they pretty much only had the Uber on like Scout demo and they weren't really finding anything. But during that, their flank came in, and then basically just made themselves targets. So you guys did a good job of focusing down the players that were not Ubered. Okay. Ugh. Pretty sure it was 60,000 I was at. Okay. Alert. Okay. Oh, is this already it? Oh my. Lasted for quite a while. Uh, Okay, so they're going forward here. I'm pretty sure, like, you guys just get wiped.
Wait, hold on. Does that make it medic have no legs?
Uh,
What's happening?
yes. Okay, so I guess let me mention real quick why this exchange failed. No scout, your demo, is walking forward too far. Your demo really never wants to walk down there. So yeah. And then you don't really find much space. This soldier that was on Bell the whole time didn't get looked at, so he just got free spam. So yeah. And then you guys get nuked. They go forward. Cap. Full Uber. Pretty sure they take it through left. Let's see what happened. Oh no, they took it through right. Huh. So they lost their scout immediately. Oh, this was all the way back here. Yeesh. Yeah, and then you guys just sit and choke and die.
Yep.
Dude. Ah!
No. Oh shit, that's a really good team name. Sit and choke and die.
New team name?
New team
dude.
name.
We have
Yeah,
a lot. We
dude,
have a
that
big
that'll
old-
reveal our plans to the enemy.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Okay, I can probably
We'll use
call
it
it
as a
there.
diversion.